friend of mine, a Liverpool fan to the core, who has been loyal to them when it looked as if the ship was sinking, when it looked as if they were all walking alone. But he still remained true to be a true fan. His name is Olarewaju Jesse. I would start by saying congratulations before good morning to you.
Yes, thank you. I need that congratulations. Yes,
I say congratulations to you guys for winning. And now, good morning.
Good morning and thank you. It was a great weekend.
I can see you're still blowing from the trophy lift that you all had.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice feeling to win trophy. Like the last one we won, it was during COVID. So there's not a lot of time. Yeah, but we still won it though, nevertheless. But now it's a different feeling. So yesterday I watched the final with some of my Liverpool fans in Abuja. Like watch party. So it was nice to have these Liverpool fans enjoying the game, singing. Like the emotions, the trees were so much there yesterday. But that's what football brings to us. You understand? It takes, at least for that moment, that time, a lot of things were gone. We're not worried about anything. We just focus on the game to celebrate the trophy. And as we were celebrating in England, we are celebrating also in Abuja. So it's a nice feeling. So hopefully we go for the second one.
Okay, we'll see. Before we get to that conversation, so we saw, at some point Liverpool would I say they were giving away points because you all, I think, won this trophy 2 weeks before yesterday.
No.
Was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
4 weeks.
Okay, over a month ago. Okay, as a fan, you're definitely going to keep slots. So looking at it now, okay, what's next to be expected? Now transfer windows are open. One of your star defenders is heading to Madrid, talking about Alexander. So now, who are you guys thinking? Who do you think now Ancelotti should pay attention to and try to get to filling that role? Or is there someone from the academy that can take up that position?
Well, I feel right now you have a player in mind already. That's Jeremy Frimpong from Leverkusen. Liverpool are scouting him, like the deal is almost done as we are hearing. But we have Conor Bradley there. He has been doing so fine in the absence of Arnold when Arnold was injured. But this is a different thing right now. It's a different feeling. He wants to win, you understand? And winning, you have to set an example. He sets the example this season. And if you watch, Liverpool did not sign a lot of players during the transfer window. They just made Ole Kaiser signing. The other signing was still on loan. That's Masvadi, the keeper from Valencia, was still on loan. But now it's a different feeling right now because they want to spend. The season is not over. They are tying down deals already. Talk about Frimpong. You're hearing about the Florian Wirtz also from Leverkusen, the German star kid. Talk about Kekes too from Bournemouth. That's the team that actually want to win. You understand? Because some of these players are going. And we had squad depth issue at the time. Injuries were a lot of injuries. You understand? But now it's different because now there is something to celebrate and there's more money. Yes, there's something to defend and there's more money and to buy more players. And Alexander Arnold leaving, he has served us so well. He has been in the club since 6 years old. He stayed 20 years of his career in the club. He gave everything, as I said, which we fans too cannot deny that he has given everything. He has won everything in Liverpool in his few years he spent in Liverpool in the career. He has won majorly everything he has to win. So going to Madrid, Madrid is like every player's dreams. Even though people that don't have the dream will say Madrid is their dream to play, but it's normal to have that dream. And this is the perfect time for him to go because his contract is running out by June. And if he signs another season, there's tendency that Madrid will not cash in on him. You understand? Because with recent years, you know how Madrid deals with their transfer. They just go for the free agents. If you want to play for us, you play. They will pay you sign-off fee on all. You understand? But so it's a good thing. Nevertheless, we've lost players. We lost Suarez. We lost Coutinho. We lost Fernando Torres. We have lost a lot of good quality players. You understand? But that shows that the club comes first, regardless of any player. We are a Liverpool fan. We are not strange. Alexander and not fan.
Yeah.
But good one is a good servant, a loyal servant, is a good scout. And it's also a good thing that he is part of the team that's celebrating this now.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, and kudos to Arne Slot because he
so
tried. Because beginning of this season, nobody saw Liverpool winning this league.
Yeah.
Beginning of this season,
the moment they took up the number 1 position on the standings, they decided like, okay, we're not going anywhere. We're going to stay here.
I saw a chart. Liverpool spent in this 38 games, just 6 game weeks they did not spend top of the league. In 32 game week they were top. You understand? That's the mentality. That's the bar they set. The standard they set high. When they were there, they refused to drop. Before winning the league, before declaring the winner, we just only lose 2 games. The whole season, just 2 games. And few draws. We're just winning. That's how it is if you want to win.
Almost like the run that Bayern Leverkusen had last season.
Yeah, when they were doing
the season before this one that just ended
ended, yeah.
Before then,
but then it was unbeaten.
Yes.
Well, Liverpool was beaten, but depends. The other teams like Arsenal, Man City, they lost more games. You understand? Last time City won the league, they lost 6 games the whole. The previous one they lost 8 games. But Liverpool, before they declared them the league winners, they lost just 2 games. That's the mentality of the club. You understand? So after you announce them winner, they knew they are winning. They were chilling. You understand? Just helping people with points, gain points. We help Chelsea. That's why you can celebrate champion. You understand? But Arsenal, we could not help them. No, we had to just draw that game. There's nothing to help them. You understand? Trying to.
Okay, let's talk about Mo Salah, Golden Boy with the Golden Boot, and still the player of the season for the EPL. You know, how important is this for him, winning all of this, winning the trophy, winning the Golden Boot, and now how do you think that will boost his momentum going into the coming season?
Yeah, well, Mo Salah has been Mo Salah since when we bought him from AS Roma. People called him one season wonder. Nobody expects Salah to be doing this, but he's an hardworking player and he's a diligent man. He knows what he's going for. He set his standard and he tried to meet it. If you follow his journey from when he entered Liverpool, he has not dropped down. He has not scored less than double figures. It's always double figures. You understand? So this is he has worked hard for this. I'm happy he's enjoying it right now. This is one of his good season, fantastic season he had. Goal and assist, not just scoring goals. Because people usually say Mo Salah is selfish when Sadio Mane was there.
Actually, he was selfish at that point.
The game was he was scoring more.
Sadio too was scoring.
Sadio was scoring. Yes, Sadio was scoring. But Sadio was more of a creator. The way the way the team is set up the way the team was set up, because don't forget that Bobby Firmino was playing like a first 9 role. So it was Salah, and Salah is always in. He said it to Slot. When Slot came in, Slot demand more from him. Like, you want him to come back and defend and go. If let him know that if I'm coming back to defend, my goal tally is going to drop. Because I have to be there for those counters, those finish balls, those passes. And to see this season, and it shows this season. So now the coach know, okay, this man is not the person I've come back to come and be marking for me. He's my creator. He scores the goals and he creates chances. So they try to create a very good balance for him, and that he creates it for himself too. I'm signing the new contract now. This is another era he's going into, and after this signing this contract, he wants to still win. Salah is the winner. Now this is like 8th season. This is going to his 9th season. Since all those 8 seasons, in 8th season he has been top highest goal scorer. He has been in this conversation every season.
Aside from the fact that Haaland came and
yes,
him.
I mean, he's showing he's the king back.
He came back and then took him back again this season. Well, congrats to Mo Salah and congrats to the entire Liverpool committee for winning this prestigious EPL championship for the 2024 and 2025 season. So automatically we've seen obviously Arsenal 4 teams are now made it through to the Champions League. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then Newcastle. they've all made it qualified to the Champions League, and also Tottenham as well, also qualified from the 17th position, and those that were above at 16th position couldn't make it through. And for Manchester United fans, Amorim gave a speech after the game yesterday against Aston Villa, and then he said better days are coming. So we hope to see better days come 2025-2026 season for Manchester United fans. And a crucial thing needs to be done for Manchester United. I'm sure you agree with me. Getting players and letting go of some players in the Manchester United squad, yes, if they really want to contend for any championship come next season, because teams are getting themselves ready. So, still talking Manchester United and Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa has issued a complaint after refereeing big mistake. This is what the story says. Aston Villa have complained to referees, body, professional game match officials limited after a big mistake. This is quote unquote by official Thomas Bramall contributed to them losing 2-0 at Manchester United and missing out in Champions League. With the match goalless and Villa down to 10 men after goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez was correctly sent off, the visitors thought Morgan Rogers had given them the lead. Rogers nodded the ball away from United goalkeeper Alex Brennan as he attempted to gather and slotted home. However, Bramall blew for a foul, thinking Brennan had two hands on the ball, though television footage showed otherwise because Bramall stopped the play before the ball entered the net. The video assistant referee couldn't intervene. At the moment later, Amad Diallo had headed United in front, and Christian Eriksen leads penalty condemned Villa to a defeat that meant they finished 6th and missed out on Champions League football on goal differences. So goals are very important.
Very, very
and looking at this angle now, basically, do you think the video assistant referees, though you were out celebrating yesterday, I'm not sure you watched it, but do you think the video, I know you followed, given the fact that the video assistant referee didn't call the referee on the pitch, at the end of the day, they said the referee has a final say. But given the fact that the VAR, those guys in the room, didn't call the referee to, go and watch the screen, do you think it's a deliberate error that happened?
Well, the error now is not from the VAR.
At this point, it's not.
Yes, it's from the referee.
Okay.
Because the referee assumed it is a foul. Mm-hmm. So before the goal went in, he blew the whistle. Mm-hmm. If the ball have gone in before he blew the whistle, VAR will now review that this is a goal. Okay. But the referee have the power, he have the ultimatum. The whistle is with him. So before the ball went in, he blew the whistle, thinking it was a foul. But the Rogers still played the ball. You understand? Still want to score the goal. Yes, they say.
So Rogers still went ahead to play the ball after the whistle.
Yes, after the whistle. That's when the ball went in, after the whistle. But it is an error from the referee. We have been seeing a lot of errors in the Premier League. This is not the first. This is not the second, and I'm surely this is not going to be the last. You understand? So that's how it has been. All those schoolboy errors that those referees do. It costs. I can't say it cost them yesterday, but it's because they were one man down already. They were trying to score a goal, and they needed the win to be in Champions League. Yes, I know they are complaining. Normal, it's the agony of football. You complain. Yes, there was an error from the referee. Yes, but they have to move on because this EPL, nothing can be done again. It's just complain, and they can't take the hand of the club. No, and they cannot deduct any points. First, they shot themselves in the leg when they got the red card. That's from Martinez. Yes. That foul it could have left the game. It should still be an open game. There's tendency you score when you're 11 man on the pitch, because when they were 10 man, they were still pressing to score. So you see,
which leaves them open.
So that's why I said from the first mistake is from Martinez to get that red card. It puts Man United in the piece of the game. And Man United, they don't need the game. That yesterday game was just for let me just say, they just need to win for their fans and all, because how they have their season have gone so bad.
Yeah.
You understand? And with them winning that game, it did not add up. Okay, it added up. They moved from 16th to 15th. It added up
So
something.
you really had to do that.
No,
Well, I
no,
understand you're just
yeah, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is
is
Aston Villa needed the win more
more
than Manchester United because they needed it for Champions League.
So
Well,
what
now
you're
they're
saying
going to
now,
play
Manchester
Europa
United
League.
would have just let them win.
No, that's football. Now. They're not being paid to let them lose. Their fans need to take something home and forget about how the season went. They should go and prepare for the local games next season because they are not going to Europe, as we all know. So that's that for now. But Aston Villa should be lucky. At least they are in Europa League. They still have Europe to play.
Yeah. Before we talk about PSG, as they are also champions of the French league, and they will be having Champions League finals to play this weekend against Inter Milan. Mikel Arteta had something to say to Arsenal and Arsenal fans. So we'll be bringing you up that clip just immediately after this break. Yes, lots of actions behind the scenes as well. So let's talk PSG as they are champions, and Paris Saint-Germain, they are set and warmed up for their Champions League final showdown with Inter Milan by winning the French Cup on Saturday as Barley Barclough scored twice in a comfortable 3-0 win against Reims. Barclough netted two goals in the space of 4 minutes early on to quickly extinguishing whatever hopes Reims have of causing an upset at the Stade France. And also, Hakimi added another goal before halftime, and that automatically sealed the championship. It was exactly the kind of smooth preparation coach Luis Enrique would have been hoping for ahead of the season's defining game against Inter Milan this weekend, when PSG will be hoping to win their first ever Champions League title. So looking at this now, the energy like they will see, energy is much. The energy is on the high. Winning this championship now, it's also a morale booster for them, given the hurdles that they had to go through to advance to the finals of the UEFA Champions League. So looking at this now, Jesse, how enthusiastic will these guys be, and how integral is it going to be for them to be able to make a statement, winning their first ever after over 3 decades of being in the world of football?
Well, they need to win the Champions League because it's their first time, and this is the closest they have been in a very long time. Inter Milan were in the final, not of recent with Man City. They lost, you understand, and Inter Milan too also want to win the Champions League.
Yes,
you understand.
I think the last Inter Milan won was when they were with Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho, that was 2010. That was the last time they won. So they are also different. But PSG, they have not won it. And if you follow PSG, how they have invested in the team, they have just all in the name they want to win this Champions League. They brought in a Lionel Messi, they brought in a Neymar. They had an Mbappé at the time, they could not win it. So they have been going for this Champions League for a very long time.
Not forgetting Di Maria.
Yeah, a lot of players they have bought. You understand? They invest in that team so good, so well.
Yeah.
They have invested, and Luis Enrique now coming in is a winner. He knows how to win, so he's not shy. He's not trophy shy. You understand? So he knows how to win trophy, and he has won he has won 2 trophies already. So he need he's going for the treble.
Treble, yeah.
To win, if he wins the Champions League, he won the treble. So this is how they have invested in this team all over the years. If you look their away structure, good. They let go of Mbappé. Mbappé left. They bought in a Kvaratskhelia. They had a Bracola. They have a Dembele. Good midfielders. They signed a midfielder for 80 million. That's João Neves. So that's how serious they are. You understand? That's how serious they are. They want to win the trophy. You understand? So it's a good thing for them.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for
the whole squad.
The whole squad. But I can't say the Champions League is for PSG.
Okay.
But if they win it,
another thing is, there's something that always plays out very well when it comes to sports generally, and we know how Inter Milan are. They like scoring early goals. PSG like scoring early goals, just like this game that was played just this past weekend, scoring the first 2 goals in the first 4 minutes.
Yes.
We saw that too during the quarterfinals and semi-finals respectively. They tried to get a very early goal, and then they tried to defend. But now let's talk about experience. We've seen Inter Milan they've been in this familiar stage before.
Yes.
They lost one certain time, and then they won one in 2010 when Jose Mourinho came in. So looking at this now, how crucial or how integral is experience when it comes to stages like this?
Well, right now the 2 teams are different teams. The experience is for the club, but the players, the coaches, they don't have. Let me not say they don't have the experience, but they have. Enrique has won it before. Inter Milan, their coach he won it as a player, not as a coach. So these are the kind of trophy they want to win, regardless of how it is. Inter Milan, they have been playing so well this season, but they have been always shy. Don't forget, Napoli won the league over the weekend, just with a point. So they are still paying because they needed that. They wanted to win that league. Don't forget, they had the opportunity to win the league. They threw it away with some games they drew, they lost. And if you follow the semi-final game against Barcelona,
yes,
they went to goal up,
and then they
threw away the 2 goal up.
Yes.
First game, second leg, the same thing. You understand? So you can't, if you bring that approach to the game, it's different right now because this is the final, and the final is the one leg. There's no home. There's no away. You understand? So the approach to the game is different. It's going to be different. And you know how Inter Milan is set up. They're a very compact team, very good defensive side. So now it's all about good defensive side playing against a good attacking side. Because PSG had a very good attacking side. Check their goals, their numbers. This season, very good. And Inter Milan have the likes of Lautaro Martinez, who has been banging in goals, same as Thuram. They'll be doing so well. But this final is going to be a very great final because PSG, they have not won it before. Inter Milan, it's been a while they won it. They want to win it because you have a new system and all. And this season now with the football world, now it's like this season is for the underdogs.
Underdogs,
it's
yes.
For the people that have not won anything
in a long time.
Yes. Because the people are breaking 30 years, 70 years, 100. So maybe this time PSG will break their own record.
Okay.
We see Crystal Palace winning their first trophy since all these years. Winning the FA Cup
against the almighty Manchester City.
So this season is different. So it all boils down to how much do you want it more?
Yeah.
So that's how the finals go. How much do they want it? If PSG wants it more, you see it. If Inter Milan wants it more, you see it. It's going to be an entertaining game. This is the kind of game you want in football, in Champions League. So wish anybody that wins all the best.
Okay, that's the thing. We wish all of them all the best. Whichever team that's obviously the better team would win. The team that is more hungry. For now, I don't know if it's early to have predictions of what the match will turn out. But from history, we've seen 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1 in finals.
In the finals, in history, there have not been a lot of goals.
Yes.
In finals, well, let's see.
Well, you don't have a prediction now.
I can't tell you predict because PSG, I like PSG and I like Inter Milan.
Okay.
You understand? They're a very good team. I follow very well. So, but in this moment, in this Champions League, anybody, if PSG win it, I celebrate with them because their first time they're winning it. They have spent a lot, billions of nairas in buying players. Their wage structure, don't forget their wage structure too is so high. They pay their players well. So they want to win.
They obviously want to win. Well, we'll see how that pans out in just this next weekend on Saturday. Actually, that's when the match will be played. So let's move away totally from football as I bring you updates from NBA playoffs. As Carl Anthony Towns leads the stunning comeback against Knicks and beats them. The New York Knicks produced a stunning comeback to claim a first win in the NBA Eastern Conference playoff finals against Indiana Pacers. The feat would have left the Knicks at 3-0 down in the 7-game series, but New York Knicks, who were 20 points down towards the end of the second quarter, now only tail behind on 2-1. Carl Anthony Towns started with 20 points in the fourth quarter to snatch a crucial 106-100 victory in the Game 3. With his side tailing 80-70 at the end of the third quarter, Towns, who played fewer than 28 minutes in Game 2, scored 15 points in the first 4 minutes of the quarter before adding further 5 points. But in Game 3, Carl Anthony Towns came out to cook, and then in the fourth quarter alone, he dropped 20 points, and this gave him a career high of 39 points in the Eastern Conference League final. That's talking about the NBA now. So the game is still very much open on Wednesday. Game 4 will be played. We'll know if the series will be tied at a piece of 2-2 or Indiana Pacers will still go up ahead to 3-1. On the other note, in the Western Conference, we saw Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves also clinched their own victory this past weekend, as they have also they're not leveled yet. Now they are still down by 2-1 as OKC Thunders are still leading the final series at 2-1. So early hours of tomorrow morning, the Game 4 will be played, and then we would know if Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves will level with the OKC at 2-2, or the OKC Thunders will be leveling up at 3-1. So we'll see how all of those pans out. And I want to say a very big thank you to the entire production team for making today's production seamless, and my very good friend here, Olaiwaju Jesse. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, so we'll be talking more sports, and I'll be seeing you again. But before, as we close our wrap up today's edition of the program, I'll be leaving you with the highlights of Liverpool as they were crowned the champions of England after 20 years. For the 20th time, I beg your pardon. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as we talk more sports. Bye for now.